everybody, I'm Devon O'Day, and welcome to Devon's Table. And for Devon's Table, I'm going to go to Sylvia's table. Sylvia Gagnier is here from Green Door Gourmet, where we are in the Green Door Gourmet kitchen. And this show is not just about cooking, is it?
No, it's about everything you can imagine to make your home a little bit better. Tips, tricks, all kinds of fun things to learn about.
And we have a very cool sponsor, so we're going to talk a little bit about wine on this show. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about wine.
Okay, I like that.
Amber Falls Winery is in Hampshire, Tennessee, and they have a lovely tasting room in Opry Mills Mall. We're going to find out more about them and some of the wines they have to offer. Welcome to Devon's Table. We'll be right back.
Joie de vivre, and that's Cajun for the joy of life. Amber Falls Winery invites you to share our family heritage and to experience the fruits of our labor. We take the best that nature has to offer and give it our own special touch to create award-winning wines crafted just for you. Enjoy them in our underground tasting cellar or ask for Amber Falls wines at your favorite liquor store. Amber Falls Winery, Hampshire, Tennessee. We'll bring out the Cajun in you.
From the UT Extension Service Cultivating Communities, contributors Katie Martin and Chris Hicks bring us this story. You know, goats are really popular, and DeKalb County is the home of a very, very special goat farm.
We are at Harmony Lane Farm and Creamery. We are a grade A goat dairy here in Smithville, Tennessee. And we've been open to the public as far as our agritourism goes about 3 years, going into our 4th year. Licensed 6 and been on the farm for 12. Everything in this store is made out of goat milk. When I came down with gastroparesis, I researched really what to do. I wanted to get off my medication, and goat milk was the first thing that popped up. So I was getting some goat milk from a man down the street. I decided, well, why don't I just try my hand at a few goats. I started researching. I went to a lot of goat shows. I actually had a goat mentor for about 5 years. And that's really how it started. My first 4 original goats quickly turned into 16. That was some years ago. Now we're up to about 175, 14 intact breeding bucks. We're milking 60 yearlings, kids. We are a disease-free herd. We test for everything. A closed herd. No goats come on our farm, no goats leave. So I used to show, but I had to choose between making cheese and showing. So we're not showing anymore. But I'm breeding like I'm showing. So every breeding is a lot of thought goes into it. We have a breeding program. So we're known for our baby goat cuddling nursery. So you can come, we'll swaddle a baby goat in a blanket and put it on your lap to cuddle. We're going to milk at 6 in the morning and 5:45 in the evening. Our agritourism opens up about 10 o'clock. And not only do we have baby goats, but we have donkeys, a miniature donkey, a standard donkey. We give you carrots to feed them. I tried to just picture other animals that were friendly, that people could interact with. So people do call it a petting zoo. I don't know if that's my first go-to word, but donkeys, llamas, emus. We have a scarlet macaw. He's 7, named Benny. We actually trained him to, he'll sit on your arm, we call it your branch, and take a picture. So it's not just the baby goats. Goat milk in general has a bad name, I feel. Sometimes people think it has to taste goaty. It does not. It is a sweet, delicious milk, so we've turned that into all types of products. We do have a 4-person minimum for a tour. It's extensive. I take you on all 64 acres on a trolley, so you get to see our Angus beef herd. We raise our own meat. You get to see our hogs. We raise our own sausage here in the farm store. And so I'll take you on all the property, kind of all the behind the scenes things that you maybe wouldn't see just coming to cuddle. I take you in the parlor and I let you milk a goat by hand. So you're with me about an hour and a half, and we do 2 tours a day, only 10:30 in the morning and 2. And then after you're with me on the tour and see all the behind the scenes, I send you to this baby goat cuddling nursery petting side, and then you stay there as long as you want. So it's a full day. We have a brand new pavilion. You can bring your lunch now and eat it over there, but we have ice cream, cheese. We'll give you crackers if you buy some cheese and a knife. Eventually, we'd like to use our food, our meat, and cook for you and make lunch in that pavilion. We have a full-size kitchen that we're trying to finish. Even to this day, people, they want their own goat. They want their own milk. They're more, I think, farm conscientious. They want to know where their meats are coming from, and that's what I've been really pushing here on the farm. When I do tours, I'll tell the kids, this is your hamburger and steak we're driving into now. We'll drive into an Angus beef herd field. When we see the hogs, this is your bacon and sausage. Kids don't even know where their milk comes from. So that's important to me to share that. And so I think we've had an increase, I know we have, in sales due to that. Our long-term plans are, I'd love to get that kitchen up and running. We actually have a chef that wants to come to work for us. So once we get all the kitchen equipment put in, just to be able to cook people a nice lunch. They come out here, they spend a lot of time, and then sometimes I'll allow them actually to go get lunch and come back and finish their day. So for us to be able to have that option for them, using our meat, our ground beef, our sausage, our brats, we feel like that would be just a nice bonus. Of course, the pavilion, we can have much larger parties now. We've been having parties for some time, and that's why we made the pavilion to give them a nicer, larger area. Surround sound, television, ceiling fans. So, but long term, a couple more structures, maybe even. So you'll see when you go to the other side how we're set up and all the different stations that I mentioned. I'd like to maybe have a jet out area in the middle of the milkers field. It would be covered and have high top tables in the middle, and so people could still visit the animals outside the fencing, but come to the center of that area and maybe have a little snack pack of cheese and crackers and a knife, a little brown paper bag for a snack. So you're in the middle of a goat field on concrete that's covered with high top tables. And we're known for that. We're known for being the concrete farm that you can come visit the animals, having our concrete construction business, and not get dirty and have a good time and not worry about going home with muddy boots. So we are reservation only. But we are a tourist attraction. So we have our sign off of I-40 going both directions, and then it guides you after that, a couple signs to send you here. So when those people see, Harmony Lane Farm and Creamery and, oh, let's go check it out, if you show up, of course, we're going to try to accommodate you. But we prefer a reservation if you can, right? And you do that on the website, Harmony Lane Farms with an S.com. And then, of course, we have Facebook. We have, I think, close to 13,000 followers, Instagram, and TikTok. So I do tell people on their tours, if you want to know the newest and greatest thing happening here at Harmony Lane, to follow us on those social media platforms, and you'll stay plugged in. But if you just show up, we're going to try to get you to the other side. Worst case scenario, you shop in the store, get some ice cream, sit at the pavilion. But if the other side, meaning the petting, cuddling side's not that busy, we get you in there. So, but reservations are the best way.
You can follow the great shows from Cultivating Communities, the UT Extension Service in Smith County, with our friends Katie Martin and Chris Hicks. Thank you so much for contributing, guys, and thanks for all you do to help us get back to the goodness of the earth. Amber Falls Winery offers all kinds of wines, and it's not just for drinking. It is for adding to pot roast and wonderful meat dishes. It pairs with cheese at a wine and cheese party beautifully. Plus, there are flavors and different kinds that work with fish and red meats. There are some that work with seafood beautifully, and pairings for desserts and salads. And there's an entire flight of different seasonal flavors too. You might want something that will pair with a holiday meal. They've got it at Amber Falls Winery. Beautiful flavors, beautiful vintages, and wonderful award-winning wines of all sorts. Amber Falls Winery in Hampshire, Tennessee, and also with a tasting room in Opry Mills Mall.
What was your vision for Beauty Boutique and getting it started?
10 years ago, it's been almost 10 years ago since I opened the doors to Beauty Boutique. And honestly, I'm not for sure that I had a vision. I was much younger, and I just knew that Lebanon needed something a little bit different. And so the concept of having a salon, a spa, and clothing all in one place, it could be a one-stop shop. And it really involved itself. Our clients really developed more of the concept than I think I did. We grew with our clients and our clientele. And over the years, I shop for our specific clients. When I go to market, I envision who will wear our clothing, who will love the skincare and so forth. And so that's really and truly how we've evolved over the past 10 years.
What are all the different services that you offer here? Because yes, you can get clothes, you can buy the products to make your skin and your hair look great, but what are the services that you offer here?
We offer, at Beauty Boutique, we offer a little bit of everything. So we have a full service salon we have 6 full-time stylists who do everything from hair extensions to color, to bridal updos and so forth. Our medical spa is, we have 2 amazing medical estheticians that they do everything from facials to waxing, but medical grade, microneedling to chemical peels. And then, of course, the boutique side, you can come in and you can shop for work and for play. And we carry a little bit of everything from, accessories to shoes to clothing. So what I'm most proud about is that at Beauty Boutique, you do not have to go to Nashville. You can find it right here in our hometown, and you can be dressed for date night, or you can be dressed for Saturday lounging, which is my favorite.
All right, the girls next door have a Kickstarter.
Woo!
Tell me all about it.
Oh, we are so excited. All right, so we're trying to make the connection with all of our fans and let them be a part of this process as it goes from here. So we're trying to raise $20,000 so that we can do a new EP, and we're just really happy about this, but we do need some help with it. We've all been doing life, and we've been taking care of babies and families, and we're ready to do this music thing again. So Kickstarter's a way we can do that. That's the connection that we have. So if you would like to help us out with our new EP, I think the easiest way to explain it is just go to Kickstarter.com and in the search bar type in Girls Next Door 2.0. Yeah. Because if you put in Girls Next Door, you might get somebody else. So if you put in Girls Next Door 2.0, and then you can make a donation or whatever to our cause. But we're just really excited about it. If you forget that, we have a Facebook page and we have a web page, and they're all Girls Next Door Music. So www.girlsnextdoormusic.com, and Facebook is Facebook/Girls Next Door Music. So
okay, give me some music. So something that would identify people with the sound of Girls Next Door.
Well, we could do slow boat, I guess.
Yeah.
Woo! You know, I gotta think how that song goes. I'm kidding.
Have you ever sung that one?
Never sang. Yeah, Tom, take a slow. Let me do that again. Can you edit? Yes! I know you can edit. Yeah, told me take a slow boat to China. Well, I didn't, baby, nothing could be finer. I'll take a slow boat to anywhere away from you. You still got it.
Yes, I love it. I do think my first hickey was from a preacher's son. I think it was. I think it was a preacher's son. I'm not even gonna tell you how old I was.
Did you tell it? Did you have to try to get it off?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know what was going on. Yeah.
We did a comb and
I think, and it was in July, so I couldn't wear turtlenecks the next day. It was at a July 4th Christian concert. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that song is
Tammy's
apropos.
telling her hickey story.
I hear it.
She got it.
Toothpaste always was the thing.
Oh.
Toothpaste. Yeah. Don't you remember toothpaste was always the hickey cure?
I never remembered that.
Golly.
Don't know that one.
No, was that do with like
Yeah, rub on it and bring the blood.
I used to have to do that to my sister.
Well, okay.
She would come home.
That's why you're no longer the adult in the room.
Well, yeah, except she had them, but I was.
You were not her.
I'm not going to promise you that organic produce is the prettiest. May not look perfect, but boy, do these heirloom tomatoes taste yummy. Some bread with some good mayo, and look at the wonderful brands of the dried beans. Tons of wonderful cocktails that you can make from crafted cocktail mixers that are organic and also made local and close to home. And the artisans in Tennessee all have a home at Green Door Gourmet. You can always find the perfect gift. This is just a few of the things that I saw on my trip through this week.
I'm Kelly, and I'm the lead floral designer here at Green Door Gourmet. I am making some jar arrangements to go in our on-farm store, into our farmers markets that we sell to, and I'm going to kind of talk about my process that I go through. I start with a base of greenery to kind of give it a little balance when I start putting stuff in, and then I start with some tall, fluffy things. These really awesome black-eyed Susans that the girls have grown are super helpful. I want to leave them kind of long. I can kind of see what it's going to look like if I hold it next to the jar before I cut, and that might be a little too tall. It's always better to make things too long than too short, because you can always make it shorter, but you can't make stuff taller. And it's okay if it's not perfect right away. I'm gonna kind of fluff out the bottom a little more. They're so happy, so I kind of want to put a lot in there. So I have all this yellow in here. I kind of want to think about what my color palette's gonna be. I have a lot of pink and red and orange going on, so I might do kind of like a peachy, yellowy, creamy guy this time. So next I'm gonna pick my focal flowers, which are gonna be like the biggest flower. And I've been using a lot of our dahlias recently because they have just really popped with all this rain. So I'm gonna go over to my buckets, pick 1 to 3, kind of all different sizes. I wanna get off all the leaves that are at the bottom. If there's a lot of leaves in the water, then they'll rot faster. I never wanna cut really on a joint right there. I wanna cut at an angle right above or below it. I kinda like him down low because he's so beautiful. Dahlias are pretty fragile. They get pretty breakable right there, so you want to be careful with them. And I kind of, since these are all so tall, and this is down low, I might want to bring something else tall of the same color up there. So I delicately place him in there. And they're kind of, I think they're too close to each other, so I might cut him down shorter, which means I'd have to cut off this guy, which is okay. And it's always good to kind of pull and push and like tuck and rearrange stuff as you're going. Don't focus too hard on it, but it's good to do that. And then I might put him in the back. I kind of like to focus on the front because these will be in the store where everyone only kind of sees the front. But it's good to have a focal in the back as well. Next, I'm gonna kind of choose another medium-sized flower to kind of fill in some space. I'll use some Lysianthus. I might use some pinks. Again, I want to take off all these leaves because it'll crowd the base of the vase. And I want to think, when I'm making an arrangement, I want to think about the line that I'm creating, the visual line, and all the different textures and the colors and how they balance each other. So if I have this pink over here, I might want some down here as well. Maybe I'll put him over here. And I might put some behind as well to create that depth. And now I think I'm going to put some peach zinnias in there, another medium-sized bloom. I might just do 2. Most people say to use 3s and 5s and 7s, but sometimes I like the number 2 in an arrangement if you're making something a little more artistic rather than traditional. See, there's like a lot of yellow over here, but not a lot anymore over here. So I might add some more. Just to keep your eye moving all over the arrangement so it doesn't get stuck in one place. And you also want to make sure not everything is on the same plane and it's not so flat. This guy's nice and tall, so I might put him in back. And you can kind of step back and see like what you think it's missing. Maybe some gomphrena. These guys are fun, summer flowers. They add a lot of texture and they dry really well too. They make things a little whimsical, I think. You might put him behind. So they show a little bit, but you know, they're not the focal. It's like some filler flowers, what I call them. You know, not everything has to be perfect, you know, especially, you know, with working with garden and farm flowers, it's fun to kind of see the imperfections that still make things, you know, original and unique. So now I'm kind of just pushing and pulling to make sure everything has their own space, and I think we could call that it. You can find these in our store and at the Richland Farmers Market and all over the farm.
Some very good wine, the Cajun Fest.
Good food.
Son of a gun,
He had the heart and the determination. I saw it when he was over there swimming. I mean, he was bound and determined. This is his race.
All right, this is the big deal. This is making the roux. Now, what is in there? What have you got in
I
there?
just have some oil.
What kind of oil?
This happens to be, what is this one? You can't use, this one happens to be sunflower. I put just enough to kind of cover the bottom of the skillet, not too deep. Then I put 2 heaping tablespoons. I mean, big serving spoons. The big ones. Big ones like this. With
Flour?
flour.
You make a slurry?
No, this isn't a slurry. This is just a brown roux. And then to the roux, you're going to add the broth to the desired consistency.
Who taught you how to make gravy?
My mother, Cora Walker, and she was the best at making gravy. She can make a good slurry gravy. A slurry gravy is you just mix up the water and the flour where it's liquid, and you pour it into the broth. This isn't a slurry. This is just like
This is you do the thickener first and then add the broth. The slurry, you add the thickener to the broth. It's the opposite.
Yes.
Okay.
You're adding the broth to the thickener, which we call roux. Of course, I didn't know it was called roux until they said, because we're not from South Louisiana, we're from North Louisiana, or central to north, and of course the people were poor and they survived on what we call flour, gravy, and biscuits and cornbread and good vegetables. Actually, it was really good, healthy food. But now this, I said, that's
I'm gonna look under here at how the flame is not very high, not terribly high.
Because you don't want to burn this. And I made sure that even though I had prepared the vegetables and the sausage in this,
instead of just putting it right in there. I noticed that it had browned and there was some residue in it. So I took a little pad and cleaned it out real good because that would have burned before this had got a chance to get. But when I'm doing turkey gravy, I don't brown it as much, but I do as when I'm doing gumbo or as
So
when
you
I'm
start
doing-
gumbo the same way.
You can. Usually it's more this, but
You're nice and dark, though.
but you get it dark, but you have to be very careful and you can't leave it.
All right. You've been doing this for about 10 minutes now?
I don't know. I don't count the time.
I'm thinking about 10 minutes to get to this, and it's kind of a nice light brown. The turkey gravy going a little bit lighter.
Yes.
The same kind of roux, if you just keep going and get it about darker, you know, if you like a dark roux for your gumbo. Jambalaya, same thing. You start with this. Now, when it gets to the right color, you start adding your liquid to make it actually gravy, and we're using chicken broth. That all in the, now how, when you turn down the heat on it?
You just let it cook at a pretty rapid pace, and you know, you just keep cooking and stirring, and because you want it to all get all and be smooth. Now some people strain. We don't.
Well, a few lumpy gravies, a few little lumps might be okay, huh? They're good.
Yeah, we'll see if you're doing
Then they're homemade.
fried steak or something like that. I like to leave some of the little pieces in. See, it's getting there. It's smoothing out. Ooh, and when you get it just right, and it's seasoned just right.
Yeah, what did you use to season it?
I just use salt and pepper. Can't go wrong with just salt and pepper.
So
Ready to reduce the fire.
Turn it down, yeah. Start with sunflower oil.
It doesn't matter. You can use all of your.
Oil. Oil and 2 heaping serving spoons of flour.
I wouldn't put olive oil. Is not good to brown with.
Does it get hot enough?
I don't know. It's just not recommended. And also, this what they're using. What is it? I hear the buzzer.
All right.
That means something in the oven is ready to be checked on.
For more of Mama Pat's recipes and, of course, my sister Faith Ward's recipes, go to Amazon or anywhere you find cookbooks and order Cooking with Faith. Lots of wonderful recipes, and the healthy versions of those same recipes are available there.
Some very good wine, the Cajun Fest.
Good food.
he had the heart and the determination. I saw it when he was over there swimming. I mean, he was bound and determined. He said, this is his race.
When you think of Middle Tennessee or Nashville, Franklin, you might not think polo. That seems like something that the British would do, or the South Africans would do, or the people from Argentina. Well, they do, but so do we. Here in Middle Tennessee or in Ingram, along with James and Lexi Armstrong, every year at Riverview Farm or in Ingram's Farm, they get together with Nashville Polo, and they have an invitational that is second to none. Voted the #1 charity event in Williamson County. People get together and celebrate a wonderful game of polo with world-class players while raising money for two very worthy organizations. Over 25 years, they've been meeting once a year to play polo and raise money. And they've raised over $3 million for Rochelle Center and Saddle Up. If you don't know about Saddle Up, it is a therapeutic riding program in Leapers Fork, Tennessee for challenged children. But they're all equal on top of a horse. It's an amazing organization, and Rochelle Center does incredible work with challenged adults. Their work programs and daycare programs are incredible. And that's why Orrin Ingram, his family, and a host of volunteers and people who buy tickets and cabanas, they decorate, they go all out. This year, there was a safari theme. They have a winning team, and they have great sponsors. They have the winning pony, the best playing pony, and they have stick horse races, and the kids really get a big kick out of stomping the divots. Now what that is walking across the field, and literally every place that there's a piece of turf that is pushed up, you actually stomp the divot and make sure that the field is back in place. Now, if you don't know a lot about polo, it's okay. You really don't have to. You just go, buy a ticket, you eat well, and enjoy a wonderful afternoon. It is fast-paced, it is real, and it is an incredible event for those two organizations. I hope you'll check out chuckersforcharity.com.
Thank you for joining us for Devon's Table. In upcoming episodes, we'll talk about table decor, things about the home. We're going to make fall really special. Thank you, Sylvia Gagnier from Green Door Gourmet, which is located on River Road in Nashville. It's the Walmart exit on west of town. If you go to Charlotte and then stay on River Road past Ray's Place,
you'll see our sign.
That's right. Right there. Don't go in the farm truck entrance. You go in there's a nice welcome. I love it. I feel like I'm home when I come here. It's just so amazing. And a big thank you to Amber Falls Winery. You have been a wealth of information, as I knew you would be. You're so good at what you do. Thank you for bringing all your knowledge to everybody.
It's a pleasure to be able to share some of the things that I've learned along the way, and anytime I get to spend time with you, Devon, it's always fun.
I love it. I love it. The main part of this show is to get around the table again, get people you love, and nourish yourselves. Nourish yourselves with good food, good conversation, and good hearts. And I just want to say that the best way to find a blessing is to first be one. Thanks for joining us at our table. Bye.
Cheers.